Hello, my name is Abera. I'm from Sasiga, project manager. Hello, Lambrick Park team and Canada team.
What is I know that you can't have large gatherings, just the same as us. We haven't met as a church for 2 months now. What's the restriction that the government has required of you?
In our project area, and even in Ethiopia, the gathering has already been restricted, even to the minimum to 4 persons to get together.
Oh, wow. Okay, there you go. 4 persons. Wow. Are you, are there any cases of COVID in Nakempt or in the region at all?
Not yet. Actually, testing has not been carried out purely in the area.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason, why there is no. I don't dare to say that there is no COVID-19 in the area because testing has not been carried out.
So no confirmed tests.
Not confirmed tests nowadays. No.
So schools have stopped. What is life like in the Kabbales?
Well, almost all the schools have already been closed.
Yeah.
And the students are at home. That is actually from the level of KG to the extent of the university.
Yeah.
Students are not on learning. They are now at home.
That's the same here, too.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
So something like a school that the government helps fund, that is closed down. But life in the village, people are still doing life the way they need to do it, which means they will interact along the way. They will sell their wares or their produce to one another.
Actually, what you don't find is like wedding. You don't find wedding like you don't find gathering, very large gathering and large groups. But we find interactions within among the individuals living in the community. They do interact, actually. They do communicate each other, just keeping that physical distancing.
Okay, wow.
So, because, the district health offices are advising the community members to keep that health distancing, and as well also these procedures of protecting themselves from this COVID-19.
Yeah.
So, like, washing their hands and mask. Actually, they don't have that mask. Actually, physical distancing and washing is the usual activity we observe actually from these communities.
It's reinforcing the hygiene teaching that you've given them.
They just have been forced to do so there.
Yes. And how in the Mid-Highlands Kabbales, how are you hearing? Are people afraid? Are they nervous? Is there anxiety, or is life feel just kind of calm right now?
Actually, these local communities are trusting God for their life. And they are really praying in groups also. Even if they are prohibited to go to the church, they actually pray in groups. They trust in God. So, they are not in tension, actually, even though the coronavirus is expected to affect all the population, but still they trust God, and they are not actually in frustration. And you find them when they are working freely their own agricultural fields and going here and there in the community. So you don't read any frustrating faces from them, from the community members.
Any anticipation of, is the government saying anything about the duration of the lockdown expectation right now in Ethiopia?
Yeah, already the state emergency regarding this coronavirus had already been restricted to the extent of September 30, according to Ethiopian calendar. So we are expecting to stay till September. I think the close down will stay for that time. We don't know what God really brings in between.
Yeah. So now that you are back working and able to go into the village again like this, what do you think the next month you'll be focused on with your team there?
We have a plan to construct 4 hand wells.
Okay.
And we started earlier, and we were obliged to stop for a month, meaning totally April month, the staffs were at home. Now we got back to the project area and continued constructing the handak wells.
Yes.
So, this is actually linked to sanitation of the communities, and water is very important. So we are now continuing on construction of the handak wells.
Okay.
This is one of our focus.
Yes.
And secondly, we are also working on latrine slab construction.
Yes, good.
Latrine slab, we are providing constructed latrines slabs to the communities. And the third is biogas construction. Biogas construction, we planned 10, and the first biannual we completed 4, and 6 is remaining. But we planned now to continue to complete 5 biogas in the next 4 coming months.
That's great.
So, so at least 1 may be remaining, but we will be completing 5 biogas in the next coming months. Wow. And the other important point also is the response for the COVID-19. So what we do is we have already planned the items to be purchased for the community and as well to the government. So we established, we have actually as the project level, the purchase committee. The purchase committee have already started collecting pro forma, and then this sanitizer, soap, and the mask, and as well also in isolation, in areas where we have actual isolation area, we don't have in Sasiga. The isolation area is Nakam. But there are some items that we are going to purchase for the area determined for isolation, and as well also for the community. So in our community, what we do is we are selecting the sites, and we purchase jerrycan and as well soap, and establish in certain areas. We try to allocate in certain clusters, so that the community will be learning as how to use practically hand washing. As well also protecting, so that they would protect themselves and apply also as the respective areas and the backyard. So purchase of soap, especially fluid soap, and the jerrycan are going to be purchased, as well as the sanitizer is going to be purchased by the project. And this will be our major focus by May, I hope.
What is 1 or 2 things we can pray for you and for the Sasiga team, or for the village, the communities?
Yeah. Actually, I would like if you pray, one thing, very important thing is about the disease. So that this disease is a fatal disease that affected almost all the world population, and Sasiga is part and a parcel of this population. So there is maybe there is an opportunity to be affected also if we don't know. So God can protect this community, as well also our staff. So that really we would like you if you pray on the protection of the disease. And secondly, we don't know actually these coming months are the major occupation of our communities are agriculture. So I like if you pray for this community to really God would supply us sufficient rainfall and with good climate, and as well or good conditions, so that the community members would continue producing agricultural production and the productivities in the area. So the major subsistence agriculture is, especially our community, depend upon this food production. So really, I would like if you pray for these communities so that they would go on working to produce crops for their family and as well also for the nearby markets.
How has this season been weather-wise?
The season, actually, the rain has not yet started, but these 2 days, the rain started raining.
Okay.
And the people have now about to start plowing their lands.
Good.
Now some of them have started clearing their lands
Yes.
and plowing their lands, and so they are trying to collect inputs for the productions, like improved varieties of seeds and other maybe fertilizer and like that. So maybe we expect the rain to continue normally and hope the community's health status will be maintained and they will be really go on working very hard. And maybe this is the part from the community and the staff. Let God give us courage for us. Please pray for this staff so that they will be courage enough to work hard. They will be courage enough to get back one day to the project area, so that they will bring changes in the life of these communities. Our call is to change the life of these communities. So we have now partly discontinued and we are now partly working. God will help us, all the staff, to get back to the project area and implement the project activities as implemented in the plan, so that the intended behavioral change, attitudinal change of the community will be really implemented, or we will find that changes in the life of the communities. Yeah.
Thank you, Abera. Wonderful to speak to you. I appreciate that you sorted out how to be on Zoom, and it's been great to talk to you today.